Hello, my name is Jeff, and who I am probably isn't very important, but I'm here to show how it would be to run for president or how they should run for president, and maybe they'll talk to me. I don't know. But anyway, here goes. A president should start with a plan and also try and get that plan going before they become the president. So here's my opportunity to try that. I don't know if it's going to work or not. It's up to you. You are the only one I'm talking to. The only person I'm talking to is you. If you don't understand that, get a mirror, put it in front of the TV, because you're the one I'm speaking with. And when I'm speaking to other people that aren't you, you will know it, and those people will know I'm speaking to them. So here we go. I'll start with a story. Before I was born, but people were doing stuff that was bad all over the place on this. So I'm here to turn that around and turn other things around. And these kept going in. But I was born, and up until 10 years old, I understood why I was here. And it was because it was a gift, and I have it. So as I was growing up, I understood things as a 10-year-old up until 10. Now I'm back at that state. So at 10, I had already made up the name for my creator, because I couldn't understand why there were so many singular ones, which will be represented by this bag here. Excuse that. That's about how angry I am about what's going on. And anyway, now that I'm thinking like a child again, I'm using that knowledge that I got before I was 10 to figure out a way to stop nuclear power, stop or tame electricity, in other words, so that we no longer need to generate in any form electricity. And that way, all the nuclear power plants can go away. Once that happens, other things can happen too. We can clean up the mess, but we need to stop doing this. If we keep doing this, it's retarded. We will have a way around this by the time I'm through speaking. So now is when we stop putting anything else in here. And I will show you what we'll do. But first, we'll have to unite the planet as one. And the only way I know to do that is to demonstrate our reality. When I was 10, I changed it. When I was younger than 10, I didn't see God as God. I saw it as all. Every single thing, every non-thing, everything. And I represent that in a circle. So that's my God, a circle. That's the representation. And I call that all. I don't call it God because that's too limited. That's a weak idea. And this is all the other colorful religions' ideas for why we're here, what we're doing here. Even the ones who don't care are represented in all these colorful ideas. And I'm going to dump them right here in this green basket earth. Now, will the real one please come out? Please, I want the real God of man to come out of there. Please? Okay, figure out who is the real one, and I'll get back to you. Okay. Now, what I'm going to introduce is an organic battery that can take outweigh a large percentage of the electrical use in the average home, because I don't believe that big industry or big corporations will work as hard as the individual to make this come true. Well, before I go to the board and show you what I have, I will ask one more time. Anybody in there coming out? Is there a real one in there? Well, I guess I'll have to take this one out because it's the only one that seems to fit with all of them. Wow, isn't that amazing? It's all. We got them all right here. So now that you know why I named my God all and the symbol for it, if we can adopt this as a planet and earthlings, not humans or races or continental holders, then we can address our problem properly. So now that we have all understood all, and we are all understanding all, put him back and go to the board. Hello, my name is Jeff. I guess I'm back at the board. And this is just a little disclaimer. Any squeamish big companies or nuclear power people or whatever, you might want to turn your television sets off because this might scare you. I don't know. But just a little warning. And here's the ABCs of how we change things. We take one long rubber band, or this is just a weird way to say it, a long rubber band, fold it up, wind it up, stick it in your house. Make every piece of equipment that runs on an electric motor work without a motor and just plug into the wall. And that way it's clean and we don't have to make a bunch of motors. But I have a work-in, work-out battery. It will take whatever energy is put into it, which I would prefer clean. It'll take anything. It holds every bit of energy and puts back out every bit of energy that you store in it. These are the ABCs. You put an activator in the bottom of every device that's made so that the companies that make them have a power source that can be used by itself to do a load of laundry, keep ice cold, refrigeration, air conditioning, any of the things that we have electric motors for would have a small activator in it that runs it for a short period of time, like a load of laundry or a couple days for the refrigerator. And they would be charged with balancers in the wall of your house. They would be in series or geared up so they're tight. I'm not going to make the specifications because if I do, then it won't be good for everyone. So everyone has to work together to make the standards and specifications, new words, different kinds of things like mechanochemical. It's kind of like what this is, a battery that's mechanical, but it's chemical in nature, which is rubber. We have to grow tons and tons of rubber in the next few years, and during those years, this can all be developed to actually work in a really good way. But until then, you big guys don't have to worry. You can still do that kind of stuff you do, but we no longer need you to drill, frack, look for, dig out uranium. Anyone even interested in that, now that this is introduced, is irrational. But the other part is the ABCs. It's very simple. C is the collector. All the collector would do is hold a higher torque with the energy that it would get from clean sources such as wind, solar panels with one electric motor and no ion batteries to charge this, and you could have a weight room, an exercise room. You could charge it by yourself. It's that simple. So this one holds a little higher charge, stronger, so that as the balancer puts energy into the activators, it's being replenished by the collector which holds enough for a day or two, or however much. It's all degree at this point and mechanical aptitude. That's all it is now. You have no excuse not to do this unless there's something better that somebody just pops out with. And I would hope this inspires someone to do that. But these underneath would most likely end up being spring accumulators, which I have designs for them that are really, really good. That the manufacturers of the devices don't have to work with rubber bands. So that's another whole nother issue. But this has so much more applications than what I'm showing you, and I'm only showing you the tip of the iceberg so it can be understood by everybody right now. Because what I want to do is stop the need for blowing each other up. Because I can put this in a car, but I can't really show you on here how to do it. It's really complicated. If we could get past this point in time and turn things around, that's the whole idea behind this. I'm turning things around in more ways than one. We need to stop the nuclear anything because it's all for war. But now that this is known, and you know this can be put in within a couple generations, this would be in. That means nothing new needs to be dug out. We have enough supply for what we're doing. And you nuke people, you know that 2014 you have a super high surplus of 100% enriched uranium, which 80% goes to defense. So now that this is known, and it will take away the need to fight. No more skirmishes. That means we can live in harmony. If we start now and do this and stop the other stuff, we're ready. Okay, now there's one suggestion that I'd like to make, and this is a suggestion because that's the only thing I can do is suggest something. I suggest that democracy reign and everyone fighting in a war anywhere in the world on either side decide on a certain date whether or not they want to kill anymore. And on that date, let every individual decide on their own. Anybody able to order or plan ahead to kill, don't. It won't be necessary anymore. Anyone building anything that can kill someone, we don't need to build those things anymore. We'll still pay you. Let's build something else. You big guys that are going to be scared of me, you don't have to be. Grow rubber. Be the industry's backbone. You'll be being rich like you want, and we'll get what we want. It's a win-win situation. So on a particular date, if we could realize that when there's a war, everyone is the enemy. We're the enemy to them. They are the enemy to us. When there is no war, every side wins. That's absolute. If we can't see this within a good amount of time, this is the one thing we can do right now, is stop the war. We can stop them by just knowing this can work, understanding that it's simple, and using it. That way we won't need war in many years, but we can stop the wars now. We don't need them anymore. Everybody work together. It'll take years to do this, so no one's going to lose money right now. On a particular date, let the people decide whether they want to kill. And the world won't be able to pick a date, so please use December 29th. And every year on December 29th, if we're not smart enough to do it this year, every year there should be a worldwide campaign to address every single person that's warring and try it again, and try it again, and try it again. We will know who the evil people that want it going are by who attacks. It's simple. Well, back to the table. Now that you know what we can do, and I deal in absolutes, and this that we just saw is an absolute. So now we can change over slowly, start taking these things away until it may take several generations. You won't get to see it. But our children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, all of our descendants that we can possibly believe could exist has a far, far better chance of reaching that point. But until we stop the evil that we do, and we know what it is, and so do you, we can't be clean. Now we can. Thank you very much. That's all.